So let's get into this, shall we? Obviously, there is a Cardinals logo on the screen still. Good old Coach Glendale in the corner. We talked about it last night. Did we want to continue on with the Cardinals to see if I could escape $47 million of negative cap space? And that is exactly what we're going to attempt to do, and then we'll see if it's interesting enough to sim another season or if we decide to start a new challenge, because spoiler alert, for those that missed it last night, and it did turn into a late stream, but for those that missed it last night, the Arizona Cardinals won the Super Bowl 51-41 over Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. Stubbs, what's going on? I'm glad to know that you enjoy the podcast. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. But yeah, we won the Super Bowl, man. We did it. We won the damn Super Bowl. But yeah, now we have all the cap hell in the world to deal with, and that is primary reason why we want to see if we can probably try to do it again. We looked at the retirements. We looked at, actually, we didn't look at the weekly awards, but in fairness, I mean, it's going to be two of our players and two of the Bengals players because it's the final week of the season. And again, shout out to Bryce Wells, who very could have easily been the MVP, but it was one Devin Fowler. It is the highest scoring Super Bowl in history, yes. Indeed, it is. And I don't think we'll ever end up back in that situation, but you never know. Shout out to Dave Meltzer. I know he's on the do practice squatters get? I will make sure that practice squad option gets a ring. Dave Meltzer's a Super Bowl champion, at least in my book, and that's all that matters. All right, let's get these final two upgrades, and then we're finally done with the head coach upgrades, which is great. Can start focusing on coordinators again. Coordinators. And there's a lot that we can upgrade to. We shall see. We shall see. The Super Bowl again. 6 stars in the token. Dare I say 7. Dare I say 7. But yeah. 41.4, not 47, but $41.4 million in the hole. I need to see what the hell this team's going to look like heading in the next year. I need to know. Shout out to Brandon Staley getting fired. Arthur Smith got fired. People get fired because you're not the Cardinals. Champions. We got to move on. We got to move on. Again, the reason why I'm primarily intrigued in this is because we're not going to be able to make like a single draft pick. I mean, it's just... This is going to be a nightmare. This is going to be an absolute nightmare. And we start off right out of the gates saying goodbye to certain... Oh my fucking God, Bryce Wells went X Factor. We should have done the UDFA challenge. We should have done the UDFA challenge, because seeing Bryce Wells going X Factor and knowing I can't afford to keep him it's a punch to the dick. Oh my God. Of course he did. Of course he went X Factor. Second best tight end in football. What is that ability? Vanguard. When they enter the zone, they're guaranteed dominant impact block wins. Has route technician, deep and elite, and slot at Matt. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. High roller, what's going on? Oh my God. You can only have 3 X Factors at once anyway, right? Nope. You can have as many as you can get. Zach Henry is also leaving. Greg Ringer is going to be leaving because, again, we don't have the money. Defensive tackle Andre McGee. I'd have to pick up the option. Holy shit. Yeah, this team is about to get decimated. Congrats to Kenny Pickett on getting a ring. This team is about to fall off so badly. We have to say goodbye to Zach Henry. We essentially traded Marco Macklin for Zach Henry. Is it worth it? I don't know. I mean, we do know that Zach Henry... We do know that Zach Henry was a great player for us. Okay. So Bryce Wells is gone. Even though if I had the money, I could keep him. Zach Henry's gone. Greg Ringer. DeAndre McGee. It probably is worth picking up the option. Because otherwise we're boned. So we'll pick up the 5th-year option on McGee because we don't have to pay it this year. It'll be down the road. Lindsey Fuller's a depth linebacker. Jeff Okuda's finally leaving the team. Connor Kincaid's gone. KJ Battles. And then all the depth that we signed for last season. Oh my God. But yeah, Bryce Wells, Zach Henry, Greg Ringer. Those... Can I just try to sign you? It won't let me, but can I try? Yeah. All right. Well, I knew it would be painful. I knew it would be. But we will say goodbye to those boys. The intrigue over if we can keep this team competitive does not outweigh the negative aspect of having to watch good players like that step away. So free agency, we're not able to spend a dime, but the top names out there, Andrew Thomas, who would have been interested, Bryce Wells, Zach Henry. So two of the top 3 are the 2 players that we just lost. Well, let's skip through this. Let's skip through this and see who signs where now that we have lost. Now that we have lost our boys. Let's see who signs where. But yeah, this is awful. This is awful. Let's just keep going. We've already won, though. So that's the good thing. At least we've won. Does it make the pain worth it? I don't know. But at least we have already won. God. What the hell is this team going to look like at the end of the season? Or at the beginning of the season, let alone the end. All right. Well, let's see where all the top names ended up. Where did they end up? Andrew Thomas with Miami. Bryce Wells goes to Nolans. 4-year deal. $17 million salary. A $37.5 million bonus. Good for you, Bryce. Secure the bag. Zach Henry goes to Tennessee. Also on a 4-year deal. So New Orleans and Tennessee land our boys. And Greg Ringer gets a 3-year deal from them Cowboys. Congrats to the boys. I hate it here. I hate it here. And again, we have a draft coming up where I don't even have to worry about the private workouts or anything like that. We literally cannot afford the money, like the guaranteed money that a draft pick would get. Even the 7th rounders, I have to move on from these draft picks. So we're not going to be making a single selection in the 2032 draft, and we'll just continually trade down until we only have picks for next year. So this is going to be painful. Of course, we have... Oh, the frickin' draft screen glitch out? GG's, yeah. There it is. So we have the 32nd... Luke Perry! We have the 32nd overall pick. Let's go ahead. 1st, a 6th, and a 7th. A 4th. A 5th and a 6th. Ooh, a 1st, a 3rd, and a 6th. Honestly, I think that Buffalo deal. We get a 1st round pick. We get a lot more. We get a lot more quantity, which I think we're gonna need. Let's go ahead and take that deal from the Buffalo Bills. They'll get the 32nd overall pick, and we'll see how many selections we end up having in the future. Although it is worth noting, we do finally have the window to trade Manny Saucedo. He is the only one that really gives us like positive savings right now. There's no penalty for trading him. Proctor gives us 400K. Technically, Tyler Nash would free us up some money. But yeah, we gotta trade Manny. He's gotta go. He's gotta go. So back to Yield Trade Center. Oh man, we're gonna have to. All right, now we're at 38.4 million in cap room. That's good. Let's head over to Mr. Saucedo. What can we get for you, Manny? Obviously, I'd prefer to not trade him for anything. You know what? I'll do a manual trade on this because we don't need a good return. Although, it actually won't let me... That's right, it won't let me trade him because we're in negative cap space, right? Even if it's just for a pick. Let me see if there's a team that needs somebody in that position. Honestly, since he's not the worst in the world. Can I get like a 4th round pick from Cincy? No. Like, literally, I cannot trade him right now. Even just for a draft pick, I can't trade him right now. This is immensely painful. We already had traded away our 2nd round pick this year in the deal to get Marco. 2nd and a 7th. 2nd, a 6th, and a 7th. 2nd and a 4th from San Fran. Not bad at all. We will take that deal from our pals, the San Francisco 49ers. And just keep getting draft picks for down the road this year and next. I can't make a single pick. We built through the draft, and now I have to ignore the draft. Isn't it lovely? 4th, 5th, and a 6th, a 3rd and a 5th from the Raiders, and the Falcons, and the Colts. We'll take it from the Colts. This is the ultimate Bill Belichick draft of just trading down over and over again. It's so dumb. 3rd and a 7th. Anything better than that? 3rd and a 6th from Atlanta and from Indy. Let's just keep taking picks from Indy. They lost some good players this year to retirement. We could take advantage of that. Draft grade B. Well, the funny thing is, like, technically our draft grade would be pretty high because it's like, well, they didn't add any salary. So, let's see, 3rd and a 7th, 3rd and a 5th from San Fran. We'll make another deal with our favorite trade partners in this franchise mode, our division rivals in San Francisco. They have been my best friends. Jimmy Jones on his way to Cincinnati. We love some Jimmy Jones. Yeah, Ripley, basically. 5th, 6th, and 7th, 4th, and a 6th. We'll take the 4th and a 6th from San Fran. Jesus Christ. Mills, what's going on? Good to see you. Yeah, so Ripley, we are... In the NFL, they allow you to restructure contracts, which is basically, well, you free up cap space on these contracts now, but you still got to pay it a little bit more down the road. So we did that multiple times. 4th rounder from Baltimore. And now the chickens hath come home to roost is what has happened here. We did win a championship, so it's worth it. But yeah, we are now in cap hell. We are the Tampa Bay Lightning if LTIR didn't exist. That's what's happening right now. Mills, there's a good chance I'm going to start it tonight. See, a 5th and 2-6. There's a very good chance we will start the Utah run tonight. Unless we... Like, I need to know what this team looks like by the end of this. And if you guys decide it's interesting enough to be like, hey, screw it, try to repeat, then we will. It would make sense in a way to wait until tomorrow. Because the regular season rosters will be finalized by tomorrow night. And I'm sure there's a roster editor who will just put out an updated file. Granted, it wouldn't have the injuries, but I'm sure there's a roster editor who could put out an updated file. Maybe EA will do it themselves, and that way we could have fully accurate rosters. Not that it would affect us at all, given it would be the UDFA challenge, but you get the point. All right, 6th, a 5th, a 5th and a 7th, a 5th and 2 7ths. Man, San Francisco just loves trading with us. So yeah, it might start tonight, it might not. I'm not too worried about, again, having fully accurate rosters. I mean, it's not a huge deal. So I was starting in Madden, allow the ability to move picks, I'm pretty sure. 5th and a 7th. Don't quote me on that, but I could have sworn that was a thing. Another fucking deal with San Francisco. Oh my god. You remember the name and number of Werdekemper? I don't. I do remember Albert Werdekemper. I don't remember what number he had. Asking me what number somebody was in a franchise mode? Fucking A. Unless it's a real player. Good luck. 6th and a 7th. Seems to be the going rate. 5th rounder from the New York Jets. We'll take it. He might have been the number 69, in fairness. That would make sense as to why someone would be like, hey, I'm going to bring it up. Let's keep... Tony Blair! He's back! And black? 6th and a 7th. 6th and 2 7th. San Francisco. Jesus Christ. Dave Meltzer is still technically on the roster. We don't know for how much longer. We'll see. Honestly, we might desperately need him to be on the team this year because of our frickin' salary issues. 6th and a 7th. Seems to be the going rate. We'll take it from Philadelphia. Need Boris Johnson as a player. Here comes defensive tackle Margaret Thatcher. I can imagine. I want it. I want it so badly. Oh, 2 7ths, a 6th. We'll take the 6th from Tennessee. Is this a tank? So, Mills, it wouldn't inherently be a tank year. I don't... Oh my god, am I not allowed to trade down? I'm not allowed to trade down anymore. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, time to get into manual trade territory. We're down to 26.8 million. I was going to say 27.8 because I can't read. Holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, all of these picks to Chicago because they can afford it. Literally just give me a 7th rounder way down the road. It doesn't matter. I just have to get rid of the picks. There you go. Just have to get rid of the picks. We got as much value out of all of those picks as we possibly could. Now's the time where we just say, nope, get rid of them. We don't need them. We're down to 23 million in space, which is good. Let's get rid of the final 7ths. And who else has a bunch of cap space? Cleveland. Why not? Let's take a Cleveland 7th way down the road. There we go. So that brings us down to, I would guess, about $20 million over the cap. Here or there, we'll see. Trade Finder. 22.1. Shit. Still 22.1 over the cap. We weren't able to sign any free agents. We weren't able to make a single draft pick. How the hell am I going to survive? I'm not going to survive this. There's just no way. There was just no way. Okay, now we're showing up as 15.9 over the cap. Maybe we can make it? I do want to take a look at the draft, again, in which we made no picks. The first overall pick, Deontay Franks. Was he the highest rated player? No, there was 279s, both towards the... Wow, the Bills got tied for the best player in the draft with our pick. Good to know. And the worst player was Todd Beckham at a 61. Good to know. Good to know. So we get to the preseason with just 42 players on our roster, meaning we have to sign 11 people, ideally, to have a roster. All right. Can I even technically field a team? I should actually go to team salaries instead of outright free agency. We buried this team. Thank God we won last night, because we buried this team into the ground. 15.9 million over, which means anybody who was under contract beyond this year, we have to restructure their deal. I still cannot trade Manny Saucedo either. Oh my God. All right, Khalid Callahan, let's restructure that deal, buddy. McGee, let's, oh, you free up no fucking space now, do you? What about Walton? Walton frees up 3 million. Brandon Bush frees up 4 million. Fart blowers. We're almost into positive cap space. We have almost made it. Matthias Griffin gets us into positive cap space. Now we can go and trade Manny Saucedo, and that'll free up an extra 6. Do I think the Patriots keep Malik? I hope they do. I hope they do. At the same time... Oh, it's still showing us a negative. Okay. At the same time, it's the last thing Mac Jones needs is another name for fans to chant if he has a mid-game. That's exactly what will happen. So, where the hell? What? Okay, that was a weird as shit. Okay, it's gonna have to be Ridley. Extra 2 million. Again, we don't even have that much in terms of cap penalties. It's just the contracts that we have are astronomically expensive because of multiple years of restructuring. 1 million in cap room. We have to trade Manny Saucedo to whatever team needs a frickin' linebacker. And then maybe I can actually build a team. How good of a team will it be? No idea, but maybe I can build a team. Let's make the Bengals better, because that's what they need to be, is better. Can I get a 4th rounder for Saucedo? We don't feel we can afford a player at enter position here right now. Oh, Madden. Oh, Madden. All right, Cleveland could desperately use this guy. Give me a 4th rounder. Mother... Okay. Trade Finder. I mean, granted, I don't want anybody back. Are apparently a lot of people interested. All right, Jacksonville. Jacksonville. Just really, really quickly, talk to me here. Talk to me. Give me a 5th rounder. I just need this guy off of my roster. This is a fucking broken-ass game. God damn it. I have to trade for somebody, which is okay. It just means I'm probably going to have to cut them. And technically, there shouldn't be a penalty for cutting them. All right, Manny. Who makes the least amount of money? Tyrell Rotten at 147. Does probably make the least. Larry Douglas at running back. Let's go back to the wideout since we lost one. We'll take... nope, never mind. He's a linebacker. Which is okay. All right, we'll do that. We'll take that deal. Hopefully it went through. I don't know if it did. It might have been rejected. Did it go through? Yeah, it looks like it did. Right. So what the hell does our team look like right now? We know we don't have that many people on roster. We got Dennis and some dude named Johnny Meadows behind him. I guess we drafted him a year or so ago. What do we have listed for cap space? Because we've already done quite a few restructures. We should have about 7 million in cap space, unless this game's breaking on me. Never put it past it. Hey, Brian Shepard. That's where he ended up, huh? Is there a good UDFA quarterback to build around here? And the answer is probably not. We got Jeremiah Barton. Normal dev. Okay, we do have about $6 million, 7 million in cap space because it was already factoring in his contract. And then Brian Gregory. So basically, we're going to have to keep the practice squatter that it already has on our roster as our backup. There's no Kenny Pickett to save the day this time. That just is what it is. Yeah, I mean, technically, he should be saving us money. So that would probably be our quarterback situation this season. Running back, Nash keeps getting worse. And Glenn Reynolds is there not making that much. We still have a fullback in Jacoby Harris. Macklin, Bush, Montague, and then... You know, we could actually field a team this year. It's obviously not going to be as good as it was. Shout out to Davey Meltzer. But I think money-wise, I could make it work to actually pull it off and at least be able to field a team, which I was... Oh, wow. Forrest Harris lost his X Factor. Nope, Manny Salcedo's still on the team. It didn't move him. GG's. Thanks, yeah. GG's. Technically, we could field a team. As shocking as that is. Because there are some practice squatters that we could cut. We could get it done. I don't know, chat. What do you think? Is this the end of the Cardinals story, or do we just build a team really quickly, sim the season, and see if they can somehow go back-to-back? I'm kind of intrigued to see if they could win back-to-back. But maybe we'll never know.